Stop what you are doing right now. If you are turning 75 this month, or if someone you love is about to turn 75, this video is specifically for you. Because in the past few weeks, thousands of Canadian seniors have been searching online asking the same urgent question. Do I need to reapply for my OAS increase when I turn 75? Do I need to call Service Canada? Do I need to fill out a new form? And the answer is no, absolutely not. You do not need to do anything. But here is the thing. Just because the process is automatic does not mean there is nothing you need to know. In fact, there are several critical details about this 10% boost that most seniors are completely unaware of, and not knowing them could cost you money or cause you serious confusion. So stay with me through this entire video, because by the end, you will know exactly what to expect, when to expect it, how much more money will land in your account, and most importantly, what mistakes to avoid. My name is Tyler, and welcome back to CPP Experts, the channel dedicated to making sure Canadian seniors get every single dollar they are entitled to. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button right now, because we cover CPP, OAS, and GIS in a way that no other channel does, with real numbers, real rules, and real advice that actually helps you plan your retirement. So let us start from the very beginning, because I want to make sure everyone watching this video is on the same page. Old Age Security, OAS, is Canada's largest federal pension program. Unlike CPP, you do not need a work history to receive it. You receive OAS based on your age and how long you have lived in Canada after the age of 18. Now, back in July 2022, the Canadian government made a permanent and structural change to the OAS program. They decided that seniors aged 75 and older would receive a 10% increase in their OAS pension permanently. This was not a one-time bonus. This was not a temporary top-up. This is now a built-in feature of the OAS program, and it applies to every single Canadian senior who reaches the age of 75. The reason the government made this change is very straightforward. Seniors who are 75 and older face significantly higher healthcare costs. They have often been drawing on their savings for a decade already. Many of them can no longer supplement their income through part-time work. So the government recognized that this group of seniors needs additional financial support, and they made it permanent. Now, the most important thing I want you to hear right now is this. This increase is completely automatic. Canada.ca, the official government website, states it clearly. You will get an automatic 10% increase of your OAS pension the month following your 75th birthday. There is no application. There is no form to fill out. There is no phone call you need to make to Service Canada. Nothing. It happens on its own. But, and this is very important, it does not happen in the same month as your birthday. Let me say that again. It does not happen in the same month as your birthday. It happens the month after your birthday. And this is the #1 source of confusion and panic among seniors right now. Let me give you a very clear example. Say your birthday is on April 10th. You turn 75 on April 10th, 2026. Your April 28th OAS payment will still be at the old rate. It will not reflect the 10% increase. That increase will first appear in your May 28th payment. That is the month after your birthday month. So if you check your April deposit and it looks the same as always, do not panic. Do not call Service Canada. Do not assume something went wrong. Everything is working exactly as it should. Your boosted payment is coming. It is just 1 month away. This exact situation actually happened to a senior who went to Money Sense and asked a certified financial planner, "Why did my payment not increase even though I just turned 75? And the planner confirmed exactly what I just told you. The first increased payment comes the month after the birthday month. Full stop. Now let us talk about the actual numbers, because this is where it gets really exciting. Right now, in the second quarter of 2026, that is April, May, and June of 2026, the maximum monthly OAS payment for seniors aged 65 to 74 is $743.05 per month. And the maximum monthly OAS payment for seniors aged 75 and older is $817.36 per month. That difference, $817.36 minus $743.05, is $74.31 every single month. That is nearly $74 extra landing in your bank account each and every month, just because you turned 75. Multiply that by 12 months, and you are looking at close to $890 more per year. almost $900 a year, automatically, with no paperwork. Now let me walk you back one quarter just so you have the full picture. In the first quarter of 2026, January, February, and March, the maximum OAS for ages 65 to 74 was $742.31 per month, and for ages 75 and older, it was $816.54 per month. Then in April, the government applied a quarterly inflation adjustment of 0.1%, which is why the numbers moved slightly upward to $743.05 and $817.36. Over the past full year, from April 2025 to April 2026, OAS has gone up by a total of 2.1%. That is the cost of living adjustment, or COLA, keeping your pension in line with inflation. And this quarterly adjustment applies to the 75-plus rate as well. So the 10% increase is not a fixed dollar amount that stays frozen. It grows with inflation every quarter, right alongside your base OAS. That is a very powerful feature that most people never think about. Your boosted amount will continue to rise over time. Now I want to make sure everyone understands how this 10% works if you are receiving a partial OAS pension, because this is something that confuses a lot of newcomers to Canada and immigrants who spent part of their lives outside the country. Your OAS pension is based on how many years you lived in Canada after age 18. To receive the full maximum amount, you need 40 years of Canadian residency after turning 18. If you have fewer than 40 years, you receive a prorated amount. So for example, if you lived in Canada for 30 years after age 18, you receive 30 divided by 40, which is 75% of the full pension. Now, when you turn 75, the 10% increase applies to your prorated amount, not to the full maximum. So if you were receiving 75% of the full OAS, you will now receive 10% more than that 75%. You will not suddenly jump to 85% of the maximum or anything like that. The math is applied to whatever your current OAS amount is. This is still a meaningful boost. Every dollar counts when you are on a fixed retirement income. But I want you to have accurate expectations so you are not confused when the new amount appears in your account. Now let us talk about something even more important. And this is the part of the video where I ask you to pay very close attention, because this is where seniors can unknowingly make costly mistakes. The first thing I need you to understand is that this 10% OAS increase does not affect your GIS. The Guaranteed Income Supplement, which is the tax-free monthly benefit for lower-income OAS recipients, does not go up when your OAS goes up at age 75. Canada.ca is very clear on this point. The 10% increase applies to the OAS-based pension only. Your GIS amount stays exactly as it was calculated based on your income. So if you are a low-income senior who relies on both OAS and GIS, your total monthly income will increase, but only the OAS portion goes up. The GIS portion stays the same. The second thing I want to make sure you understand is the clawback, officially called the OAS recovery tax. Now, for most seniors watching this video, the clawback will not apply to you. But for those of you with higher retirement incomes, this is critically important, so please listen carefully. In 2026, if your total net world income exceeds $95,323, the government begins to claw back your OAS at a rate of 15 cents for every dollar above that threshold. And your OAS benefit is completely eliminated if your income reaches $154,708 for seniors aged 65 to 74. For seniors aged 75 and older, the upper threshold is slightly higher, $160,647, because your maximum OAS payment is larger. Now here is the sneaky part that most people miss. Your OAS pension itself is counted as part of your net world income. So when you get that 10% increase at age 75, your OAS goes up by approximately $74 a month, which is about $888 more per year. And that $888 increase in income could push you slightly closer to the clawback threshold if you were already near it. If you are a senior with investment income, rental income, RRIF withdrawals, and a CPP pension on top of your OAS, you need to do the math carefully. Talk to a financial advisor or accountant. Run the numbers. Make sure that 10% boost is not triggering a clawback situation you were not expecting. And if you are receiving OAS and you are not sure whether the clawback applies to you, here's a quick rule of thumb. If your total annual income from all sources, CPP, OAS, RRIF, investments, rental income, everything, is under $95,000, you are safe. You will not be clawed back. You will receive every cent of your OAS, including the 10% boost. But if your income is approaching or above that number, please speak to a professional before the end of the tax year. The third important point I want to make is specifically for seniors who delayed their OAS past age 65. Some of you made the very smart decision to defer your OAS pension, meaning you chose not to start collecting at 65 and instead waited. For every month you deferred, your OAS amount increased by 0.6%. If you waited until age 70, your OAS is permanently 36% higher than what it would have been at 65. Now, when you turn 75, the 10% age-based boost applies on top of that already enhanced deferred amount. Both increases stack together. That is a powerful combination. And if you deferred your OAS, you are in an excellent position when you hit 75. Now let me give you some very practical, actionable steps. The kind of insider information that I believe every senior deserves to know. First, mark your calendar. If you are turning 75 this month or in any upcoming month, write down the month after your birthday and circle the payment date for that month. That is the date when your boosted OAS will first arrive. The upcoming OAS and CPP payment dates for 2026 are as follows: April 28th, May 28th, June 26th, July 29th. So if your birthday is in April, your first boosted payment arrives on May 28th. If your birthday is in May, your first boosted payment arrives on June 26th. Write it down. Set a reminder on your phone. That way, when the payment arrives, you will be expecting it, and you will also know to check that the amount has in fact increased. Second, log into your My Service Canada account. This is your MSCA, the online portal where you can see all your benefit information, your payment history, and your upcoming amounts. If you have not set it up yet, I strongly encourage you to do so. Go to canada.ca and search for My Service Canada account. Once you are inside, you can see exactly what your new OAS amount will be after your 75th birthday. You do not have to wait for the deposit to show up. You can verify it in advance. Third, and this one is extremely time sensitive, if you receive GIS along with your OAS, you absolutely must file your 2025 income tax return before April 30th, 2026. This deadline is critical. The government uses your most recent tax return to calculate your GIS eligibility and payment amount for the upcoming year. If your taxes are not filed by April 30th, Service Canada may suspend your GIS payments until they receive your income information. For a low-income senior who depends on GIS, losing even 1 or 2 months of that payment can be devastating. So if you have not filed your taxes yet and you receive GIS, please make that your top priority this week. Fourth, do not let anyone tell you that you need to pay someone to process this increase or file a form on your behalf. This is unfortunately something that does happen. Scammers sometimes target seniors and claim that there is a form or a fee involved in receiving the 75 plus OAS boost. There is not. It is automatic. It is free. No legitimate organization will charge you to receive a benefit you are already entitled to. If anyone calls you or contacts you claiming you need to sign up or pay a fee for this increase, that is a scam. Hang up, block the number, report it. Now let me bring everything together so you have a complete picture before this video ends. The OAS 10% increase for seniors aged 75 and older is real. It is permanent. It has been in place since July 2022, and it is not going anywhere. You do not need to apply for it. You do not need to call anyone. It happens automatically, starting the month after you turn 75. At current Q2 2026 rates, the maximum OAS for seniors 75 and older is $817.36 per month. That is approximately $74 more per month than what seniors aged 65 to 74 receive. Over a full year, that is close to $890 in additional income, just from turning 75. And because OAS is adjusted quarterly for inflation, that boosted amount will continue to grow over time. The key things to remember are these. The increase starts the month after your birthday, not the same month. It applies to your OAS-based pension only, not your GIS. If you have a partial OAS, the 10% applies to your prorated amount. If your total income is above $95,323 in 2026, the clawback may begin to reduce your OAS, so check your numbers. And if you receive GIS, file your 2025 taxes before April 30th, 2026. Do not miss that deadline. You have worked hard your entire life. You have contributed to this country. And this benefit exists because the government recognizes that seniors at 75 need more support. Make sure you receive every dollar you're entitled to. Monitor your account. Check your deposit. And if you ever have questions, come back to this channel. If this video helped you today, please give it a thumbs up. It genuinely helps more Canadian seniors find this information when they need it. And if you have a friend or family member turning 75 soon, please share this video with them right now. It could save them a lot of confusion and worry. Subscribe to CPP Experts so you never miss an update on CPP, OAS, or GIS. And I will see you in the next video.